to another edition of Community Corner here on Acts 25. We are always on air between the hours of 6 to 6:30 every Thursday afternoon. It's always a pleasure to be in your company. This evening on our program, we feature two young gentlemen who have gotten their feet into politics, recently sworn in as councillors for the city of San Fernando. And we thought it was a good opportunity to bring them to you, bring them into your home so you can identify with them and know who your representatives are. I have here with me on my left Mr. Robert Parris, councillor for Pleasantville. Mr. Parris, it's a pleasure and welcome to Acts 25.
Thank you very much.
And further left here we have, I would say, a very young looking, maybe looks like a teenager, but you'll get his age later on, Mr. Rondell Donawa. It's a pleasure.
Pleasure to meet you.
As I said earlier, Acts 25, we do a lot of work with young people and we showcase what the young people is doing in Trinidad and Tobago. Far too often you always hear negative things about young people, and when the positive things happen, you don't hear about it. So hence the reason we extend an invitation to you all to be on this program, to let us know what the city of San Fernando and the areas of Toruba, Toruba and Pleasantville, what the people of this community can expect. I know it's not going to be an overnight thing, or it's going to be a miracle working thing, but we want to talk a bit on what you all intend to do and how you all can better the lives of the various communities. We start with you, Toruba. But before we go there, tell us a bit about Rondell Donawa.
Okay, again, good evening, viewers, and good evening to you, Mr. Matheson. Well, my name is Rondell Donawa. I am 26 years old, so I've crossed the quarter-century mark. Yes, I do. I think it's good genes and good blood. I came from a political family background, my aunt being a former member of parliament and minister, Muriel Donawa McDavidson. I am an attorney at law by profession.
Okay.
And I have been involved in community and politics from quite a young age. A lot of you may know, but I am a Calypsonian as well.
Okay.
I am the reigning South Calypso Monarch 2013, and I have my Calypso album. I'm in many different things, but at the moment it's councillor, attorney at law, Calypsonian.
Okay.
So that's a bit about me. And I am a past student of St. Benedict's College, in Lions. Unfortunately, we're not in the finals for the cup this season, but we're getting there.
But there's integral still to come. So
yes, exactly. So that is a bit about me. I am a San Fernando boy, grew up in the city of San Fernando. I ran under the People's National Movement for the electoral district of Toruba, which is a very large demographic in terms of the social, ethnic composition of the area. It also includes Gopal lands as well, and part of Union Park, West. So it's a large area. So I won my seat, and now I've been sworn in last week, Wednesday, along with my colleagues, Councillor Parris as well, and I am ready to serve the constituents and the citizens of the city.
I saw two projects that you mentioned, which caught me. Police youth group, right, and something to do about volunteering in the city. You want to elaborate a bit about those two projects?
The immediate short-term projects, one of which I would have advertised on my Facebook page, Rondell Donawa. It's a police youth club. You know that there are various police youth clubs in Trinidad and Tobago. There's a police youth club in Pleasantville, in San Fernando. There's also a police youth club in Saparia. The reason why I've decided to embark on this project, having met with the community police just last week, just after my swearing, I met with them, and they were very enthusiastic about starting the club in Coquet because it's the first of its kind. There's a lot of young persons involved, or a lot of young persons live in Coquet between the ages of 5 and 25, in which that police youth club is permitted. And it's a matter of not training you to become militants or police, but it's really training you to have a holistic approach to life. Also youth development, also your personal development, your professional development. and getting involved in different activities like sports, homework centers, remedial workshops, different skill sets that you can create or obtain. So it helps in that personal development. It helps you to also give back to the society and the community. So that project is on its way. We are meeting with the community next week, Monday. We have identified certain areas which we need to target. I have also invited my colleague, Councillor Shaka Joseph, because he has a part of Cookie as well in Monrepo Navet, to join in that project with me. And also it's carded to start officially in January 2014. Because you know the term is short, we don't want to really get anything in Christmas time because persons will not come out. Another project is as the elected chairman of the Youth Development and Education Committee in the San Fernando City Corporation. One of my first vision is really to encourage an act of volunteerism back into the community. For too long we found that because of the politics and because now everyone wants to get a quick fix, a quick money, they forget about volunteering, they forget about giving back to the community. And it's about sensitizing the youth, sensitizing the schools to get involved in that aspect of going to an elderly home, going to communities, going to orphanage, to really get back into that spirit of even just being there for them. Anti-littering campaign, volunteering in terms of picking up, cleaning up. I mean, you have the EMA, you have various environmental organizations do that. At least in the city of San Fernando, we can have the various different ways in which we can volunteer. And that's something I want to really push for, at least for Christmas. We can actually get persons to get a group together to go and feed the poor, feed the needy, and cut persons' lawn, grass, and stuff like that. I've actually got a call, an inbox message from the acting principal of St. Joseph Convent in San Fernando telling me she saw the post and she's very interested in getting her students involved, and indicated that, that's what I want to get persons in San Fernando, even the schools and young people in my electoral district, and all the electoral districts involved in that sort of project. So that's one of the major projects for the youth of the district, including having also infrastructural development and all these various community spirit, getting back the Taruba, making Taruba one area rather than just having an old and new Taruba development. So it's really bonding them together, having one community council, because there's been a bit of a contention there. Getting back that community spirit. I've even spoken to the youths in Taruba in that they have so much talent, especially in football. They really want to get a football club going. So I told them my commitment is to get to see if we could get sponsors to start that football club in Taruba. Also, again, there's a problem, I believe, with the city as the HEC development hasn't been handed over to the city. So it's my aim to really get that, advocate for that, so that the needs of the residents in totality can be resolved. Okay.
Well, let me talk a bit about Mr. Parris. This is your second term.
Yes.
If we go back quickly on your previous term, did you as a councillor achieve everything that you have set out to do? And what are your plans for the new new term?
I wouldn't say that I met all my objectives, but I was able to change the lives of a lot of people through some of the initiatives that was instrumental in my bringing about. Some of those include the restoration of our parks and playfields in the area. Right? For quite some time, they were neglected. I don't know for whatever reason. But one of my very first projects was the restoration of the famous horseshoe in Pleasantville. We spent over $300,000 fixing that, putting a children's play park aspect to it, redoing it, planting the grass over. We also spent over $700,000 restoring the newly refurbished Shirley Nichols play park. It's a basketball court and a netball court. The netball court is still incoming, right? It was very instrumental in me being returned to office because a lot of the projects that I would have started was in train still. One of the things that I'd like to speak about was the aspect of a community garden, right? that was something that I was very, very, very vocal about on the last council. The concept is really and truly to get the youths first and foremost, but the entire community together, to come together and plant food, right? We spent, well, thus far, 21,506 cents. I have to remember the dollars and cents, right? Because we have to go back and finish that project. That project is near and dear to my heart. And I will be going to council with a proposal to continue and finish that.
Where is that?
It's on Flamingo Crescent, right? Not at the top, right? We have a play park incoming. That would be the Leon Carpet Play Park as well that we started, right? So there's a lot of things that we started to try to transcend the physical outlook of the community, right? As well as we did a lot of social intervention as well with the young people. One of the things that I would have done was I was very, very active in all three of the schools in my community. There's San Fernando East Secondary, there's the Pleasantville Secondary, and there's the Pleasantville Government Primary School. Very early into my term, I met with all three principals, and we found that there was a literacy problem, not only in Pleasantville, but throughout the city. Literacy problem, and it is, and as the children get older, it is developing into behavioral problems from the secondary level. And at that time, you know, they were zoning the schools based on gender. So there was a big problem at the Pleasantville Secondary School. I spent a day there, and the amount of Form 1 young men that was coming in, and the principal was at his wits, right? So what we did was I donated a phonics program from infants go straight up to standard 3 for the primary school. That was very, very, very instrumental in doing that, as well as being there for any one of the programs or any things like that that the school had, right? In terms of the secondary school now, the Pleasantville Secondary School, which became near and dear to my heart, I was instrumental in getting them. They have a very good dance program at that school. And we donated money towards it. I believe it was $25,000 in the first instance. And we got them to, they had a spectrum of dance in the Naparima Bowl, right? And always present at all of their events. So much so that they invited me to be the chaperone for one of their dances. Let me tell you a story, a true story. Mr. Manning and I, in 2010 Christmas, we decided that we were going to visit different places. And one of the last places was the Pleasantville Secondary School. And it was a surprise. They didn't know that he was coming, and I don't think he expected the reaction. So I came in, and I swear to you, I didn't even expect it. They were pulling our clothes. When we got up on stage, the DJ said, "Everyone look around," and they started to play the theme song from 2007, We Building Homes, We Building Schools, and they flocked to the stage, and the reaction that he got, and I looked at him, it was really something amazing, really something that, you know, growing up, you know, my father being a councillor before me and also coming from a political background, political family, you know, seeing something like that, I knew this is where I should be now, this is what I was being groomed for. Right.
So what are some of the, I know we might not be able to go through all the projects, but what are some of the major projects that, new projects that you intend to implement in this new term here? What are some of the pressing needs?
Well, I definitely want to meet with the Minister of Local Government. When she was the mayor, she got some money from Canada. That was, the plan was to have a designated vending area in Pleasantville. A lot of the people who are applying that trade, they're doing it illegally, unfortunately. And what we're trying to do was, because I'm a member of the Cheshire Home as well, right, for disabled citizens, right? They have been under dire financial strain since 2010. And what we were going to do is the city was going to build this designated vending area at no cost to anyone. The city was going to incur that cost, and the money gathered from the rent from the people who are vending would go back to the Cheshire Home. It was based on a Jamaican model that we were following, right? So that is one of the most pressing things. And then again, I have to keep on touching on the importance of the what you call it, the community garden. That, in my humble view, where it is that we have a problem with vacant lots throughout the city, right? This is an opportunity now for us to put those vacant areas to use, right? By planting, putting a garden, right? Having the youths come out actually working, and we want to have market on Friday and Saturdays. Okay. Yeah.
Rondell, you said that at age 26, you're a pretty young person,
Yes.
right? We have heard, I for one was always advocating that far too long we're not seeing young people involved in things in the country, right? You have gotten involved in politics, at age 26. Is there a message that you would like to send out there to the young people of Trinidad and Tobago?
Well, first of all, I must congratulate the PNM for screening. The majority of candidates were young persons. When I say young, under the age of 35, and most of who have been successful. So that is really an achievement, and it's really an achievement not only for party or politics, but it's an achievement for the country as a whole.
The country.
Because